I want to try some new things in this channel and see if you guys like it or not, all right? Especially when it comes to esports news and more so Counter-Strike news. This is my own channel to have my outlet of talking about these things that are more esports related. In a recent stream, it was Chet. If you guys don't know Chet, former Counter-Strike coach, and then moved to Valorant to also coach, has most recently been let go by NRG. And he had some drama out there in the scene as he had a lot to say in his return stream to talk about exactly what went down. First and foremost, what a lot of people focused on was that Chet said it was not the players who wanted him go, but it was actually management who wanted him gone.
The big thing I can't really explain, but as far as I understand, the players didn't want me released from NRG. It was mainly just a management decision. For whatever reason, somehow that article that released on HOTV like influenced the decision a lot for them. And yeah, that just like is what it is. Even though I haven't like thought about moving at all, they just left like a bad taste, and is what it is. I wasn't like devastated about it at all. I mean, at some point like I probably was gonna end up going to a different team anyways, but yeah, it was a little random. But I must all the players for sure. Like they all messaged me really nice things like after when we found out the other day. It wasn't like fake news, like it was like justified kinda. But yeah, it was all like management shit. So it is what it is. If management didn't fuck with me, nothing you can really do.
And part of the reason why I found this relevant for this channel was because of what he mentioned next, that being a potential blame for HLTV in their article, which he later says they had the full right to do because there was truth in what was said, but it was potentially that HLTV article about Chet having interest in not just Valorant offers, but CS2 that maybe costed him his job, maybe giving upper management the hesitation of like, are you fully committed to Valorant, or maybe do we have to let you go?
Am I sticking to Valorant? I would like to, if possible. I mean, I told NRG after the article came out from me and like after our game that I was down to stick with them if they wanted me to. But obviously they don't want to, so whatever.
And again, he later does say you can't really fully blame them for writing the article, and he also goes back and forth several times throughout this stream saying that he is actually committed to Valorant, but is also open to CS2, as he also made note on Twitter saying he's open to exploring all those options out there. But I think if what he wants to actually happens, he'll be kind of leaning towards staying in Valorant, which makes sense. When you spend your last few years studying this game and not the other, it's probably not the easiest of switchbacks, although I'm sure he could do it. He wants to lean towards staying in Valorant.
When did they tell you why they made the decision? It was just mainly because of like my potential going to CS probably like influenced it, I think, and like the results were like not that good. If you could choose anywhere, where would you want to go? I'm not sure. I feel the off scene's gonna be pretty crazy from what things I've already heard. So we'll see. Are Sam and FNS still on the team? Yeah.
But one part that was also crazy is he calls out Leo Faria, who is the head of Valorant when it comes to their esports scene and all things VCT. And I mean, just a big name over there. Also a really good guy, is put in a position that is very difficult to be in with Valorant being such a huge game. But also Valorant is a big receiver of flack out there when it comes to scheduling and their teams playing enough. So he actually called out Leo not being a good addition to Valorant esports.
Which org are you joining in CS? I'm not joining any org in CS as of this current moment. Have I ever thought about it? I definitely have thought about it, but I never like followed through with it or anything. And when that article released, like, it is what it is. Thoughts on Navi missing at the single eliminate? Oh yeah, the format is brain dead. Like, this Leo Faria guy might have been like the worst thing to happen to Valorant. Like by far. What, am I lying? Like, surely I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. Yeah, you can clip it. I don't go fuck. I feel like most people are too scared to speak their opinion. Like, I'll speak it for you. I think Biden would have been better over Leo at this point. That's fucked. No, yeah, Jordan, you're a pussy, Jordan. You need to say more shit.
So think what you want about that. When it comes to Valorant versus Counter-Strike, for me personally, it's just like they are two polar opposites. It could not be further from each other. I mean, we just recently talked about Ethan as well, a Valorant professional player, also former Counter-Strike player, and NAF had replied to him because his offseason is going to be like god dang half the year. He's just like, okay, guys, see you next year. We're in July. And that was, I mean, that's crazy, right? Can you imagine a Counter-Strike pro out there being like, all right, off-season starts. I'll see you guys in like 5 months. No, Counter-Strike's off-season was like 3.5 weeks. And even during that, we have so many roster shuffles going on. And then they're prepping to get to Saudi Arabia for the Esports World Cup. Before, like, right when rosters just finish up, they're like, all right, you guys are going. You're shipping off to battle and in another CS tournament. And then after you leave there, yeah, you'll be going somewhere the next week as well. It's like, for me, Counter-Strike, potentially too many events. I love CS, you guys know that. Potentially too many events. It almost takes away from some of the bigger titles, just my opinion. Valorant, complete opposite. Not nearly enough games. Not nearly enough to see your games, to see your favorite team, and to see your favorite players actually have time to gel as a roster before like the season potentially is over. Oh, you didn't make playoffs. Time for a change, you know? But one of the biggest moments that people saw in this was Chet saying that at one point he had paid out of pocket for the buyouts of 2 players who had joined NRG formerly, that being Demon1 and that being Ethan. And he paid a low 5-figure sum, so I'm presuming at least $10,000 out of his own pocket to pay for their buyout.
But I fucked with everyone on the team. Like, we had good vibes. I just think we're a little behind. Just putting the roster together, and there was a lot of role problems at the beginning of the year, but I think like all tried our hardest, like as much as we could, took limited off days. I'm sure Taniz in the chat can vouch for that. We worked pretty hard. They dropped you like that, yeah, I mean, honestly, they're fucked for next season, so I don't care. Yeah, esports is ruthless. Yeah, this one thing I learned, so I can say this doesn't matter anymore, but what's it called? Dude, I gave a little bit of money to pay for Ethan and Demon1's buyout, and the fact that they like it wasn't like blindsided, but the fact that they didn't keep me in the loop more often towards the end is like kind of fucked up. But it is what it is. So that sucks. It wasn't a lot of money, but I did it like a little bit. What do you mean they're fucked? No, it's just like I wish they were just more upfront about it. Like if they're gonna cut me, they should have just cut me like earlier, instead of just like waiting. Like 6 digits? No, it was like a low 5 figures from me. Are you chilling with Finesse? I mean, yeah, I've seen all of them, by the way. Like it's not like I haven't seen them since. Appreciate the subs, eh? Why are you cut as like it was a management decision if you missed it. You pay out of pocket for Demon1 and Ethan. Esports will never be considered. I mean, yeah, I kind of like shouldn't have. Like in hindsight, like I'm never gonna do that again. I saw the Zelsa's tweet. Oh wait. Jesus.
So people were like, whoa, 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 that's a crazy thing to have a player do. We don't know the exact details of what that was. Like, was it a salary reduction and they promised to pay him back? Was he like, no, I want to do this. You know, I want to prove my worth to you guys, my loyalty. I'll pay out of pocket. We don't know the exact breakdown of how that situation happened. NRG, of course, has not responded to that. And I don't know if they feel the need to. But regardless, Chet has now left or been let go for NRG Valorant. And where his future will be, maybe in Valorant, maybe in CS2. Again, he was back and forth constantly about which options he wanted to explore, but I think he also wants to stream a lot more, take some time for himself because he's been going and going and going for nearly the past decade, so a well-earned break. What do you guys think about the Chet situation? A little bit of drama for sure. Till next time, drink your water and coffee. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like. I would love to break down more of these esports stories here on the channel if you guys are interested, because I just like talking about esports. I don't get the chance to do it enough. So if you guys like it, Thank you. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye.